What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon. Today we got a couple quick projects we're going to do in the workshop. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the foot pedal to my hydraulic lift table. I'm going to relocate that, and then we're going to move on to a project that we've been contracted to do, which is to fabricate up and do some modifications to a gun lock. Let's get going. There, that's a nice simple little mod. Now I got it up here where I can reach it, and it's not just sliding all around the floor. And you can see I just put a little cable tie here and here, so that keeps that loop so that doesn't get stepped on and kicked around. It makes it super convenient because 90% of the time I leave my table up, but you know, if I want to, you know, then I try to take this foot pedal and I kick it up underneath the table so I'm not tripping over it. Well, now it puts it up where I can reach it. My airline always hangs up here, so now I can just click it on there and then raise it up just like that. Then you pull this, which releases that little orange detent. So you pull that, and then I can just lower the table down. It doesn't go down overly fast when there's no load on it, but so yeah, this works super awesome. Then you just drop this, then you can wheel on whatever you want. But yeah, so now I just can walk up and boom, done. That's that. If you guys want to know more about this lift, which is also my fabrication table, I'll put a link up above. You guys can check it out. So let's get into our fabrication project now. So today we got an interesting fabrication project to do, but it's super simple. Let me put this up in the vise and show you what we're going to be doing. So what this is this is a type of gun rack for a police cruiser, and I was hired to add an extension to this. So this part, this is like an electric lock, and it clamps a rifle into this. Then there's some sort of button in the vehicle that it releases this lock, and this opens up, then they can take the gun out. Whatever it is, they need clearance. However this is fitting, it's fitting too tight, it's hitting up back. So they need this piece here moved away 2 inches from this here. So we'll be able to accomplish that easily with some rectangle tubing. So that's what we're going to be working on now. Simple project. I'm building one of these as a prototype for them. If it works, they're going to have me do some more. I don't know how many, but yeah, so this is kind of a test to see how it works. So first thing we're going to do is we'll remove this from the bracket. And I've already started loosening up the screws. So this piece here measures about 1 3/8 inches. Prior to the bends, just before the bend here and just before the bend there, 1 inch rectangle would work good. So I've got some 1x2 rectangle. We'll use that. And for the width, I'll just make it as wide as this bracket right here. So we'll make it we'll burn an inch. Let's make it 3 1/4 long. And this is my overhead material storage rack here. And I actually built this rack out of used bed frames. And if you want to see how I built this, I go over a lot of topics that have to concern with using bed frame metal when you're building stuff. You can't just use them like regular metal. So if you want to check out that video, I'll put a link up above. But you can see here I've got a bunch of different material, but this right here is the stuff we're going to use. And I think this is probably 12-foot lengths, full length. So let me pull a piece of this down and we'll get it ready to be cut off. The end is a little bent on this, so before I can even get a measurement on it, I'm going to have to cut off this piece. With these saws, you want to make sure you wear an eye protection and ear protection, but I'll tell you what, this saw is incredible. This is the Evolution 15-inch dry cutting metal saw. I'm hoping in the next few weeks to be able to test out one of their newer ones. Now I'm going to make the length on this 3 1/4. And look at that, guys. No heat, virtually burr-free. That's what I love about this saw. And you don't have to worry about, you know, like with the abrasive cutoff wheels, they make all kinds of sparks. I don't got to worry about burning my shop down. So now that we got this piece cut, that's going to go, now that I got it separated, that's going to go like this. And then this piece is going to go like this. So what we got to do is these holes right here, these screws are what that goes through. So we got to put a set of holes all the way through this. So the best way to do that is use what's called transfer punches. And this is where this tool comes in really handy. I'll grab a big one so you can see it, but so what it is that diameter fits the outside of the hole, but then it has a sharp point on the center that locates the center of the hole. So all we got to do is find the one that fits our hole. Yep, that's the one right there. Put this right where we want it. Line it side to side, top to bottom. Set that in the hole. Give her a hit. Set that in there. See that? Put a nice little center punch in it. Now it's all set to drill. Now I'll just grab my drill index and grab a corresponding drill bit. And I think that said 23/64 was the size of that punch, so, and it is. I'm going to start off with like an 1/8 inch pilot bit just so my hole finds itself well. Alright, so now we got our 25/64 bit on there. I'm going to put a little cutting oil on it. Let it rip. Oh, these bits work so nice. Oh my god. A company called Drill America sent me those. They work awesome. Keep this little cardboard tray underneath here. It's just an old box, but it works good to get rid of all your filings and stuff so they're not rolling all around your bench and on your floor. You regular viewers know I'm not a big fan of big messes, so. Now what I need to do is I'm just going to go around and deburr everything with a file, make everything smooth so nobody cuts their fingers on it. There, now that we got it all smooth, time to paint it. Now I'm just going to wipe it down with some acetone. It's just to get some of the heavy like cutting oils and stuff off it, then we'll sand it. Now that we got the cutting oils off it, I'm just going to take a little tiny piece of Scotch-Brite and just rub it down to abrade it, and that'll help take off some of the mill scale. You can see how fast that takes off that mill scale. It just does a really good job. Watch, I'll do it right again right here. Look at that, that's right down to bright and shiny again. If you get rid of this this finish on it, you're just going to get a better finish. Getting the mill scale off, it'll allow the paint to adhere a little bit better. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's do a little bit inside. Wipe it around a little bit. Then we'll wipe it down one more time with acetone and we'll be ready to paint it. Make sure you're wearing a respirator, guys, when you do painting. I use the same respirator for painting as I do for when I'm welding. It's like 10 bucks, so it's cheap protection for your lungs. It is made by 3M, so you know it's a good one. I just turned on my DIY welding fume extractor, guys. I use this for welding fumes, for exhaust fumes, and for painting fumes. It works wicked good. I only got like 60 bucks in it, and if you want to see how I built it, I'll put a link up above. So now time for reassembly. So what I've got for hardware is I've got grade 8 bolts, and I've got locking washers so they don't back off. And as an added measure, what we're going to do is I'm also going to put on some blue Loctite. It's a little drop, just as added measure. And that threads on like that. There we go. Just like that. And that's all there's to it, guys. Pretty straightforward. As you can see, grade 8 hardware. Just as strong, if not stronger than the hardware that was on it. And I think the reason this is spaced out like this is because they have sights on the rifle. And by having it out further, it keeps the sights or the scopes from hitting the bracket. So, yeah. Pretty slick, pretty easy. And that's all there is to it, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. If you want to find out what I'm working on before it makes it up to YouTube, you guys can catch me on Facebook and on Instagram. Links are down below. New videos every week. Until next Friday, I will see you guys then. Take care, stay safe, see ya. Please subscribe, give a like. Bye.